If you haven't played this game, go and download it now. It's on Xbox Game Pass, it's also on Steam, it's cheap as chips, or you can just have it for the monthly subscription. I played it in early access, I put it down, never thought I'd pick it up again. Then recently I saw that Season 2 was coming out and I'm just blown away by how much content they've managed to ram into this title. Deep Rock Galactic is just absolutely amazing. I'm having tons and tons of fun with it. Definitely more fun with friends, but I'm having fun on my own as well. And at 2 gigs, there's just really no excuse not to have this on your system. If you don't know what the game is about, basically you're a dwarf working for a space mining company. There are 4 classes. There's a scout, gunner, driller, and engineer. And it's your job to complete a whole set of various mining-based tasks on this space asteroid. These can range from simply just mining a certain type of resource to escorting a huge mining drill while fighting off wave upon wave of enemies, setting up pipelines while fighting off waves upon waves of enemies, or simply killing even bigger enemies while fighting off waves and waves of enemies. It's a mad, hectic experience which leaves you sweating at the brow, questioning whether or not you're going to live to the next moment, and it's just so much fun. There's an absolute abundance of progression that you can do while playing this game. There is late game content, there is a talent tree that you put your skill points into. Each of the classes have their own talent trees. Each of the weapons have their own talent trees. Each weapon comes with a different playstyle depending on what talents you put into it. There's also a multitude of weapons that you can select as you progress and level up your character as well. There's a really rich, detailed cosmetic system as well. It is currently free on the first season pass, and the best thing about this as well is that when the season ends, the cosmetics don't disappear. You can still achieve them. But for me, even though the progression system is really, really important and I like working my way through and getting the different weapons and leveling up all my equipment, it's the experience and the levels that really sell the game. You select your missions from a big world map and they all start at a relatively low hazard level, which basically describes how difficult they're going to be. But as you unlock more gear and you want to go for the bigger upgrades, you can choose a higher hazard level, and that's where things just get completely insane. Waves upon waves, hundreds of enemies just spalling out the rocks. You're questioning whether or not you're going to run out of ammo at any time, and you will run out of ammo. So you can end up with some really sweaty moments where you think you've just about defeated everything when a huge armored boss will spawn out of the ground. There's a multitude of unique bosses that you get to fight. There's also unique waves that you get to fight. Sometimes you'll just be fighting thousands of basic minions, and next minute you've got a wave of enemies that can only be defeated by hitting them with your pickaxe. The weapons for each of the dwarfs classes are really good as well. I get a feeling that the dev teams are a big fan of the Aliens franchise because you get things such as flamethrowers, miniguns, shotguns, and grenade launchers. And believe me, you're going to need them all. I've been playing the driller class, which gets a huge ass flamethrower as his first weapon, and it's so much fun. It's so satisfying just burning down waves and waves of insects while clenching onto your buttocks and wondering whether or not it's going to run out at any moment. I do want to mention that as well, that there is a late game progression system. There's a whole setup called Deep Dives, which I haven't unlocked yet, but I'm working forward to. Once you get to max level, you can promote and then go do them. There's also a mission tree you get access to when you do your first promotion, and this will give you access to additional resources, new weapons, new armor sets. The other thing that I really like about the progression system is they don't put an emphasis on you just playing one class the whole time. Even though you can do that, and that's what I've done, it gives you missions to perform tasks with certain classes, and the minerals and the resources that you mine while you progress through the game are shared between all the different classes. So if you are getting bored just doing one thing for a little while, you can swap over and have a very different, unique playstyle. There's also secrets hidden on some of the levels which give you access to different cosmetics, which just adds another level of discoverability to how you want to play the game. Now, the last thing I'm just going to touch on is the cosmetic system. There are tons and tons of different cosmetics that you can unlock with this. The higher you get on your global level, the more cosmetics you'll get access to. You can unlock all sorts of beards, helmets, armor types, weapon types. And while they do have that voxel look to them, they look really novel, they look really unique, and they play really, really well. So again, to emphasize, if you haven't played this, pick it up, give it a go. It is a fantastic franchise at the moment, and you're missing out if you haven't given it a go, especially if you like those co-op survival genres. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do right now. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on Deep Rock Galactic. If you are having fun with it, let me know in the comments below. If you've played it for a long time, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about the new seasons. If you are new, let me know how you ran into the experiences as well. But until then, have a great week everyone, and I'll be back with more news soon.